In this video I'm going to show you how to create a melodic house or a melodic techno track in FL Studio. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you how to create an amazing song. So I'm going to create a melodic house, melodic techno inspired track, and I'm going to show you how to build all the drums. I'm going to show you how to add the melodies. I'm going to show you how to arrange a song, and then I'm going to show you some essential mixing tricks. So we're going to dive deep into automations, and these tricks will clear up your mix instantly. So make sure to keep watching until the end. And I also want to mention I've just released a new pack, which is called the Dreams Melodic House Producer Bundle. So the samples and presets which I'm going to use in this project are from the Melodic House Producer Bundle. So I'm going to show you how to use it, and I hope you like the sounds. And if you want to try the pack yourself, I've also released a free version which you can download on my website. So all the links will be in the description. So hope you enjoy it. So for this genre we have to adjust the BPM to around 125. So in this case let's adjust it to 126. So just a little bit more up tempo. I'm going to start off by drawing in some loops. So I'm going to open up the Dreams Melodic House Producer Bundle. So at first let's start off with a head loop. For example, this one, which already contains some reverb, and as you can see it's already leveled. So now let's add some one shots. So for example, some kicks. So I've added the most essential elements. So in this case it's quality above quantity. So let's just drag this one into the arrangement. So let's add another hi-hat. And also let's pick the first one in this case. Okay, so I'm going to select pattern 1, paste it into arrangement, double click again. And then we're going to open up clap 1. We're going to add a simple clap rhythm at C5 right here. So that's it. We're going to add a head at the offbeat. I'm going to create a simple 4-bar loop. I'm going to add the kick at every first step. Okay, so right now we have to extend this pattern right here. So we're creating an 8-bar loop. So right now it sounds like this. Very easy without adjusting any levels or volumes. So that's it. Just by default, you can create something like this. So very easy. And now we're going to split by channel. So going to select right mouse button right here on pattern 1. And then we're selecting split by channel. So we're now just select them all right here. Drag them into the arrangement. Make sure they start at the first bar. Control C and Control B. So this way we're easily separating the patterns which we've created. They're already named, so they're basically auto named. So that's really easy. So let's zoom in a little bit. And that's it. So I think this is our main drum loop. So now we still need to add a layer which adds some more texture to the background. So that's really important. It doesn't have to be a main layer. So we're going to add another loop. And in this case, I always add a shaker loop. So in this case, just let's pick shaker 1. Okay, that's it. So you could definitely reduce the volume. So let's select them both right here, both loops. We're going to open up the mixer and link them right here, channel routing, and then select the channels from this track. And then we're going to select unsorted. So right here, we've added our 3 elements, and we're going to also link them to the mixer. So in this case, I like to reduce the volume of our loops a little bit. So I think right now they're just a little bit too loud. Reducing the shaker. Okay, so that's it. So I think right now it sounds really good. And in this case, I want the clap to basically blend together. So I'm gonna reduce this one to, let's say, 1.5 dB. So minus 1.5. So I want the kick to be a little bit more present. So that's it. So right now we've built our drum layer. So it's just as easy as this one. And we're going to add some simple layers. So at first I want to start off with a layer from Serum. So for example, a pluck, which plays a very repetitive rhythm. So right now we're gonna open up my new Serum presets. So we're gonna open up Serum presets right here. I'm going to select this one, Pluck Dreams, which is also the main sound for this sample pack. I really like this one. So then we basically just drag in this preset. So right now I want to already reduce a little bit of the high frequencies in this case. And right now let's draw in a simple rhythm. So we're going to select the plus right here. We're going to create a new pattern. So in this case, pattern 4. And right now we're going to build all of our drum and bass layers. So right now we're going to select pattern 4 right here, paste it into the arrangement, open up the piano roll, and let's draw in a rhythm. So in this case, I'm going to create the melody in E minor natural. So that's a scale in this case. So as you can see, we're just using the white highlighted notes in this case. And I've adjusted the notes from C to E. So now it's way too loud. Okay, that's it. So already, let's link it to the mixer and apply some mixing tricks. So reduce the volume a little bit. I'm gonna add a Pro Q3 and remove some of the low frequencies because right now it just contains too much. That's it, that sounds way better, still too loud. So you want to make sure it's as loud as the kick in this case. And we're gonna already add some side chaining. So this makes it way bouncier and adds some ducking effect. Right now it's just too much, so we're gonna enable the band pass. Okay, so that's it, very simple. That's it for now. So we're gonna add the next element. So I like to add a bass line. So there is a really cool preset within the Korg MS-20. And it's called, it's this one. So let's use this one for creating a bass line. So we're starting off at E. So transpose it 1 octave down to E3. Okay, so that's it. So I think it sounds really good. So let's extend this one. So we have an 8-bar loop going on right now. Makes it way easier when adding all the elements. So in this case, let's rename this one Roller. Let's sidechain it. Select audio right here. Then select kick 1. Sidechain to this track. Processing right here, kick 1. And also select the band pass. You don't want to sidechain all of the frequencies. Okay, so that's it. So that sounds really good. So let's add the next element. So right now I think about adding an arp. So we want to use Serum again, and we're going to use another preset. So we add maybe I think this one, and maybe, okay, this lead could be perfectly used for an arp. So we again start off at the root note, which is E. So we're just keeping it very simple. So we're creating a simple chord right here. So this could be the chord. So that's it. So we're now basically using the arpeggiator. We're doing it manually. So we copy it over like this, very simple. And in this case, we'll pitch it up 1 octave to E5. And now it's also way too loud. So drag in to auto name and then just link it to the mixer. And we're gonna adjust the volume. Okay, so that's it. So as you can hear right now, it's already coming together. I think it sounds really good. So we want to add a bass line which contains some more low frequencies. And I've created a really simple element, which is basically the foundation for every bass line, basically the groundwork. So this is called the sub freak. And it's a very cool analog sounding bass. So let's use the right name right here. And we're going to copy over the bass line. So pitch it up. Okay, that sounds good. So right now we want to sidechain this one. So we're going to link it to the mixer again. So let's route it to channel 413. And then let's sidechain this one. And we're going to again use a Kickstart 2. I'm going to use this classic chain right here. We don't have to enable the band audio right here. And we're going to select kick 1. Some low frequencies. Okay, so that's it. That sounds really good. So this is just again groundwork for creating a bass line. So now we want to add another deeper bass line, which is maybe inspired by KREAM, for example. And we use another bass preset, for example, circuit right here, which is a pretty simple bass line, very straightforward. So let's disable those two. Let's draw in a rhythm. You have to keep it very groovy. So it's basically following the same rhythm as the synth or plug which we've added. Okay, so that's it. Maybe let's just create a new rhythm, a new pattern right here, which is not following the exact same notes. As you can hear again, it sounds way too flat, so we have to add some sidechaining. So we're gonna apply the exact same trick, sidechain to this track, and add a Kickstart 2 audio. Make sure you select the classic chain, processing kick 1 right here. Make sure it's not too loud. Okay, so right now you maybe also want to use the same bass line. So this one is very simple, so we could replicate it later on. Adding those deep frequencies. Okay, so that's it. That sounds really good. We want to add another layer which adds some more atmosphere, for example. So let's add another serum preset. So this is maybe the main part for this track. Sounds very cool. I really like this one. So I'm going to create a melody right here. So let's turn up the volume a little bit. Okay, so I think I found the rhythm right now. Okay, so that's it. I think I have to create another pattern for this one because we have to switch it up at the 7 to 8 bar. So we copy this one over right here, Control V, we add it right here. I'm gonna just make a small tweak. Okay, so that's it. So right now, let's have a listen to the result right now. But but I have to open up the cutoff a little bit. Auto filter. Also need some side chaining. So let's remove the kick right here. And let's add it to the mixer. Reduce the volume a little bit and also add some side chaining. And use the band pass. You don't want to sidechain all the frequencies. So now it sounds like this. When I add the kickstart, sounds so much better. But I want to add another layer. So we're basically gonna use all the presets from Serum. So maybe this hyper saw, add it right here. Okay guys, so this one took me a little bit more time to figure out how this one sounds good. I'm still not sure about this melody, but let's have a listen. But right now we just have to add a lot of effects. So I just opened up the mixing and mastering folder and I've included some mastering chain and mixing chain presets. So basically dragged in main lead right here and all of these effects popped up. So if you want to use this one, make sure you only plugins, and those are just FL Studio only presets. So we use an OTT, we use a Pro Q to just reduce the mid frequencies and boost the high frequencies. We're adding some saturation. We're using Golfas, which is an AI plugin for EQing elements, so highly recommended. We're adding some compression, a kickstart, and some reverb. And right now it sounds like this, so it's not there yet. Let's open up the color filter right here. So let's disable those elements right here. And I think right now we have to add a step, like an element from KREAM. So I've added one step in this case, so it's called Arrival, and it's a very straightforward step. So I'm adding it, I think right here at E. And also adding it to the mixer, maybe just reuse all of these mixer settings, paste it right here, and then we have to rename them Arrival. Okay, so right now we again split by channel, all these elements, and we also split by channel this one. You can also click right here, split by channel. So remove all the elements, select them, and drag them into the arrangement. So that's it, very simple. Maybe we have to add another, in addition, a texture. So loops. We're creating this one in E, so we could also use B right here. Still mix it, but I want this to also sidechain in the background, or at least at the effect. So we sidechain most of the signal. Okay, so that's it. So we're now, let's already create a simple arrangement. So at first we have the roll up baseline right here. Let's add those ones right here, keeping it very simple. Later on, I'm going to show you a final result. So this is just how you can build something like this. So you basically copy over this one. Let's remove these right here, these ones, and this one. Let's add a simple snare fill. In this case also, let's pick the first one. And we could also, for example, add a simple automation in advance. So let's automate the lead oscillator right here. So basically select the cutoff filter, go to tools, last tweaked, and then select create automation clip. Then I always drag it underneath the layer which I want to automate. So it keeps the project very structured. And then we create a build up right here. Something like this. So let's have a listen to the result right now. And maybe also add the plug right here. So let's have a listen. Okay, so I think that's it. We've created the foundation for this track. So right now I'm gonna arrange this one, finish the project and show the final result in a second. So okay everyone, this is the final project. I've added a cappella, so this is basically a remix. I've mixed this project, I've mastered this project, so it's ready to be uploaded to YouTube. So maybe I'm also gonna release this one. But right now let me show you some simple tricks which I've applied. So for example, if you want to clean up the mix, you want to add some automations. So for example, right here, let's enable this one, the plug Dreams, which is a very important layer. And as you can see, I've automated the reverb, so the dry wet signal. So let me zoom in on the automation right here. So as you can see, before every new note, the amount of reverb will be adjusted to 0. So without using this technique, it sounds like this. So the reverb is all over the place, and by doing this, we're basically cleaning up the signal. So in this case, it sounds a little bit like a stutter effect, but you won't hear it later on and it cleans up your mix instantly. So in total, this one sounds like this. So it's really clean, really techy and very groovy. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. So next up, I want to show you another layer which I've added. So those are some simple main chords, which is just a minor chords for the bass line. So they sound like this. But they're still in the background. So right here, all together, they sound like this. Won't even notice them, but they add some texture and some ambience, so just an essential layer. I've added another one which sounds like this, also from the Serum presets bundle, which is kind of a melodic techno sound, so altogether it sounds like this. And as you can see, I've added a lot of automations to make sure there is just a lot going on during this track. So let me show you some of the mixing tricks. So for example, for almost all the leads, I've linked them to one bus, mixing bus basically. And the first thing which I always apply is an EQ. And I'm just removing the frequencies which I don't need, which make my mix sound very muddy in the end. So I'm using a low cut, so I don't need those frequencies. Then I'm using Galfas again, which is basically making it sound more natural. So it's basically adding a final EQ on all the sounds. Then I'm compressing the lead. So this is also a preset which is added to the mixing and mastering folder. So this is a simple preset which I'm using to basically make my leads and melodies sound compressed, and it sounds like a cool package basically. So just make sure it sounds stable, there aren't any volume peaking or whatever, so it just sounds nice to listen to. And then I'm limiting the signal, so I don't have to limit everything on the master channel. So this will in the end create a lot of headroom when I'm maximizing the track. So now let's have a listen to the track.
How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? What devotion are you? How deep is your love? Is it like Nirvana? Hit me harder again. How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
Vibe is changing. Up.
How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? Pull me closer again. How deep is your love? Open up my eyes and
coming in again.
Let me in on all your secrets. No inhibition, no sin. How deep is your love?
And that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure to get the free samples and check out the Dreams Melodic House producer bundle. So all the sounds which I've used in this project are included in this new producer bundle. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So with all being said, I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you have an amazing day, create some awesome music, and see you in the next one.